live sessions and guided practices to help you all reconnect with yourself through energy work, meditation, and spiritual exploration, all with some truly amazing guides and teachers. Before we begin today's session, I would request each one of you present here to kindly switch on your cameras. Switching your cameras on always creates a great sense of community and it helps our leaders connect with you all better. I think thank you to all who already have their cameras switched on. For the ones who are switching on their cameras, it's wonderful to see you. Thank you so much. I am Avina. I'm from Team SoulSensei, and I will be here throughout the session in case you need anything. For the flow of the session, we'll start the session with a short introduction, and towards the end, the floor can be open for some reflections or questions. Without any further ado, I want to welcome our leader, Dr. Anamika K. Chawhan. Dr. Anamika is a distinguished hypnotherapist, NLP trainer, and cognitive scientist, and life skills coach with over a decade of experience in transformational work, a PhD from IIT Bombay, and founder and CEO of Magnificent You. She has impacted thousands of lives globally through her workshops and coaching. Today, she will be guiding us through soul sketching, and it's wonderful to have you here, Dr. Anamika. Over to you. Wishing everyone a very calm and a soulful session ahead.
Thank you so much, Avina. That was a lovely welcome. How's your throat, by the way? Okay, perfect. So let me begin the session as we are here together. And I welcome you all. Thank you, Nilima, Sakshi, and Rashmi for joining us. Hello, Tejas. I'm so happy to have my community people also here and the new joinees. And Abhinav is here. Lovely. I'm going to meet Abhinav in just a few, I think some minutes, in fact, in person, because we are in the same town, same society. Yeah. So going ahead with the soul sketching part, we have been doing, me and our community people, we have been doing this sketching exercise about who we are as a person and what it is within us in terms of patterns, in terms of how we believe, हमें क्या लगता है, कैसे लगता है और क्यों लगता है. And there are many things we have, one by one unlayering it. And also the impression stays with us for a super long time. Now, how this impression versus impact. So these days, as a coach, since I have been coaching for so many years now, as a coach, I have understood one thing. Impact is as much as possible. The impression of that impact has to last even longer. Okay. The impression has to really last with us, because impression is something which doesn't get changed no matter how the planets or nakshatras or any other person in your life comes and goes. So things around you will change, but your fingerprint doesn't change. We all know this, right? Give me a yes in the chat box if you know this well. Thank you. We know this. So the impression really matters. As long as we know what kind of impressions we are carrying as emotional baggages, mental baggages, the expectations that we have, okay, what is sort of that particular consciousness effect it is holding. Because by now we all are aware, since the COVID times, you all must have attended some or the other ritual, or you might have also even conducted a sound healing, a hypnotherapy session, or anything like that. Okay, where we talk about the subconscious mind, unconscious mind, and the conscious mind, right? Now, the patterns and the impressions, they always come and go on our conscious mind. The impression and the impact has a lasting effect on our subconscious mind. So today, as this theme is soul sketching for our understanding of the subconscious patterns, can you quickly tell me which are those 4 major areas of our life, only just 4, where the impression of our experiences and patterns are always noticed? Again and again, we go and sit and prick our head, or maybe of our life partners, or maybe of our siblings and parents or kids, around the same thing. Quickly tell me, which are those 4 major areas of our life? Relationship, money, yes. Anything else you can think of? Finances, self, yes. Very true. What else? Yeah. So the loop is always there, right? The shadow work is always something which we have to care about: finances, the money part, the relationship part, okay? Who we are as a person, genuinely around health and money, yes, of course. Thank you, Sakshi. Emotional bandwidth, thank you, Divya. Lifestyle, yes, Aarti. Overall lifestyle covers everything, true. Yes, Nilima, you're also spot on. Thank you, Tejas. Abhinav, yes. Thank you, Rashmi. Yeah. Great. So we all are quite pretty much aligned here. Now, quickly, if you have a notepad and a pen, okay, I'll show you a picture, okay, very quickly. Let me just pull it out and share the screen here so that you can see it very quickly. 1 second. So today only I was taking this session with one of my client, and I thought, how about doing something which I have done just today? It's like taza sketch. Okay. So can you see these 2 crosses in front of you very clearly? Are you able to see? Now, what is the impression you are getting out of these 2 crosses? Ignore the direction part. Don't focus on that. Just focus on these 2 crosses. What do you make out? And you have to draw it on your notepad as well, in the same style which I have drawn here. Okay, so one is little close like this, and the other one is like a big close, right? That's the first distinction that we can make here, correct? Now, when you look at it with regards to the loop or the patterns that you see here, what is it that difference that you make out from these 2 crosses? Both are cross, but one signifies what exactly and the other one signifies what exactly? Can you tell me quickly? Maybe you can unmute yourself or raise your hand. Or maybe type it here. Thoughts are not aligned in the first picture. Okay, so I'll just give you a quick clarity here. Okay, the first one, let me reshare here. Yeah, is it visible to all of you? Give me a thumbs up if it is. Yeah, okay. Now the first cross that you see, this is more like a guarding, like a protector. Okay, if you see when the scenarios where there is an entrance towards the king area, there are 2 darbans who are trying to keep a guard over here. So they are not like 2 crossed or trying to stop someone, but they try to put up a protective wall. It's like a guard. Okay. The other one, okay, this particular one is more like a stop, don't. Often when we are trying to be the best in our relationship, money wise, career wise, in as a parent, as a father, as a mother, as a very good partner, we don't realize how quickly we are switching from the protective cross to a stop or a barrier cross. Okay, there is a very sublime difference between where you are becoming protective and where you're becoming, you yourself becoming an obstruction to your prosperity, to the love coming towards your side, to letting go of any kind of baggages, fears, doubts from your own life, you are only stopping it and not letting it go. Instead of being a protective one, which is good to be protective, why not? Okay. How many of you are able to relate now? Okay, so quickly write it down around which area of your life you are a protector about it, and about which area of your life you are more like a barrier, like a big cross. Quickly write it down in your notebook, because this will help you to understand who you are as a person. It's a self-reflective exercise. Very quickly we are doing here. Okay. Once done, tell me. Type done, once done. So I'll show you another image which you can sketch for yourself. Yeah, protective about my emotional area and barrier in my actions and executions. I think with Tejas, many of us will relate here. We come up with so many ideas, but when it comes to execution, by the time we have thought so much, the energy is so much so drained that we actually become an obstruction towards our own growth, knowingly that हमारा काम कोई नहीं करेगा, हमें ही करना है. Yeah. Perfectionism. Yes, Sakshi. Nicely said. Done? Okay. Yeah, for our child, we become protective, fiercely protective. True. Okay. All right. Now, when you look at this particular image, okay, let me show you another one. So the first image was, why am I not able to scroll here? One second, let me stop share and share again. So the first sketch that you have drawn, it is about talking about the loops and the patterns we are stuck in. Okay. Now let me show you another image, and what do you make out from this particular image? Give me a moment. By the way, when you think about soul sketching, what is it that you make out from that particular word? Sketching means what exactly? We do a 3D impression, right? Now, suppose if I tell you with your black color pen or any color which you have in this short notice of time, you have to draw those fierce zigzags which are very scary. Can you do it for me quickly? Zigzag. The black color ones. And make it more darker. Yeah. Done? Okay. Now, at the same time, if I ask you to draw a devil picture, a face which is very devilish and scary, can you draw that immediately? Done? Yeah, maybe it can have some spikes around it. Okay, so that devil is not you, don't worry. Okay, now see, this particular devil has to be connected with one particular cross that you have just drawn. Which one will it be? The smaller one or the bigger one? The bigger one, definitely. Yeah, the bigger one. So this devil is actually our misunderstood ego. Write it down around that devilish figure. It's not you, but it is your misunderstood ego. Okay. Now, this misunderstood ego will always come and tell you, you know what, if you want to go forward in life, you will have to put in a lot of effort. आसान से कुछ नहीं होगा, कोई नहीं आएगा तुम्हारे हेल्प करने के लिए. Nobody will come. Okay, if you have to do it, you have to do it all alone. It will, because the devil energy is very draining. So it will make you look like, oh, you want to lose weight? It won't happen just by sitting at home. And to go out also, it's a tough task. Your shoes are not right. Okay, your clothes are not nice. You don't have a playlist of a song to listen to. People will judge you that, hey, see, he has come again. She has come again. For a couple of days again, this man will disappear or this woman will disappear. Do you come across with these kind of thoughts and self-talks? Do you listen to these kind of voices? Okay. Some of us who are coaches, we often have this misunderstood ego as well. You don't have any experience. How can you take a session like this? Yeah. You don't have a proper mic. कुछ ना कुछ वो कीड़े हमारे दिमाग में डालते रहते हैं. Right? Now, when you are drawing this particular devil, okay, and you are identifying it, that yes, it is a misunderstood ego, what do you think you can do next, according to you? What do you think can happen next? Any idea? Very quickly, think, but think fast. No idea? Come on. उसको कहीं तो घुमाने फिराने लेके जाना पड़ेगा ना. किधर लेके जाएंगे? कि बिल्कुल पता नहीं है, क्योंकि उसको रख तो नहीं सकते अपने पास. You cannot keep this energy with you, sitting, lying, rent free, जो आपके घर में रह रहा है, दिमाग के घर में. You cannot just let it stay still, just like that. उसको कहीं तो लेके जाना पड़ेगा ना. So where to take this devil energy? Somewhere. Okay. Now I'll quickly give you a very simple exercise. Okay. I'm also drawing it along with you now, this time live. Okay. Now see, here what you have to do is, so I've got a notepad here. You just have to draw two pillars. Okay. One pillar is all about, you take a red color pillar, something like this. Can you see? Yeah. It's a little blurry. Let me show you again. Yeah. Can you see a pillar here? Yeah. Just draw this red color pillar. If you don't have red color pen, just mark it as red. Okay. Done. Now immediately with blue color or a green color, you draw a pillar again, right opposite to it. Can you see a blue color pillar now? Right opposite? Yeah. Okay. Now I have actually drawn this before, so I'll show you another picture to save the time, because we only have half an hour and I have to teach you lots. Okay. So see what I have done here. Let me do one setting change. Can you see this picture now clearly? There's a red color and the blue color. Uh-oh. Can you see this clearly? Yeah. Now what is in between? There's a bridge on top of it with a purple color. And there is also one flower. Now that flower represents eyes on the prize, baby. So you can take a note of that. Okay. Eyes on the prize. Now, someone has asked a very beautiful question. What is the difference between ego and arrogance, right? Okay. Now, see, can you identify where is ego and where is the arrogance in this image? Where is the ego and where is the arrogance in this image? Anybody? The hint is right in front of you, which I haven't talked about yet. Come on, give it a try. Put it in the chat box. Man is sailing in the boat is the ego. Okay, someone says ego is the boat which we are sailing on. What's the arrogance here? The waves are the arrogance. I'm liking this interpretation, by the way. Okay, sailor sailing the boat is the arrogance. I love that. Absolutely perfect answer. Abhinav, let's give a big hand to him. आनंदा रिट्रीट का बहुत अच्छा असर हुआ है अभिनव पास हुआ okay, so see, you have drawn that image as well. Okay, so the point is we all always have an option to take the support of a bridge to go from one pillar, which is red color, the starting point, to the blue color, okay, by keeping an eyes on the prize, okay, which is the flower. That is your reward. We all have that choice, okay. Still, out of arrogance, नहीं मुझे मेरी family से help नहीं लेनी है. Sometimes that sound comes in our head. नहीं मुझे मेरे husband के पैसे नहीं चाहिए. It has happened to me, so I am just reiterating myself. I'm not mimicking anybody else. I'm just talking about myself here. I have been that person. Okay. Okay. So sometimes when we say, oh, I don't want to take help, I cannot ask for help from my friends, my colleagues. What will they think? What the worst scenario is, they will say no. Beyond that, nothing is going to happen. So the arrogance is, no, I will not take that bridge. I will rather sit in a boat and row the boat with all the effort to satisfy my ego. Okay, let's see, I am putting so much of effort. I will get there. That is how it is supposed to be. And the loop of ego versus arrogance versus not seeking help, not allowing help to come towards us, keeps on manifesting as well as multiplying. Yeah. How many of you are able to relate here? Type R in the chat box if you're able to relate to what I just said. Relatable? Yeah. Which are those areas in your life which you are still, you have chosen, or you're still on the verge of, yes, let me just keep on rowing my boat? Which are those areas of your life? Can you tell me quickly? Where you still feel that, no, I think I need to shift and climb the bridge, take the bridge. Or are you feeling the shift already now after seeing this image? Okay, how many of you are feeling the shift? Type S in the chat box that you're feeling the shift, that yes, this is something which I need to approach again. I knew this, I have heard this, but I need to approach it again. Okay, the shift is happening around health. Okay, very well. What else? Okay, now quickly let's do last theme. Okay, and I'll then summarize this whole session for you all. When it comes to channelizing our energy through soul sketching, okay, who we are and what we do, I need you all to draw a windmill, very quickly, simpler one. So I'm just giving you simpler designs. And then I can, in the next session, when we will have the entire program, we will dive more deeply about how to do sketching for yourself, or if you have someone to help in your family or outside of your family, if you want to take it up as a professional course to teach others, you can do that also. So that training we will talk about later. But right now, to understand what soul sketching is, it is not art therapy. It is a lot to do with how you reflect through sketches, okay, through patterns. Every line, every stroke has a different meaning and purpose, okay? So draw a quick windmill. Along with me. That I have also drawn it. You don't have to be perfect at drawing, by the way. That is also another purpose of soul sketching. Let me show you guys. Yeah. Can you see a windmill here? Okay. Now inside this windmill, I have drawn two more triangles. Can you see here? So we have the outer boundary. Okay. Then we have the inner one. Yeah. And then we have the second one. So 3 triangles is a must. If you haven't drawn it, maybe you can now you can draw it outside of it. So the 3 triangles are drawn. And then you have the 3 feathers of the windmill. Sorted? Okay. Now see, when we are trying to have an exercises about learning the different ways of patterns around subconscious mind, there is one particular pattern which always stays with us. Can you name that pattern? Which is that one particular pattern? It always stays, no matter how much you write and you burn it. You through NLP, I have been an NLP trainer, I still train. Through NLP also you want to eradicate it, but it will stay with you. Which is that pattern which always comes and goes and touches you like a wind, sometimes like a breeze, but it has to have an impression on you. It has to have a reflection of what you are in past, what you could have done, what should have happened. Okay, regret. Pooja says regret. Self-doubt. Tejas says self-doubt. We have overthinking, hurting sentiments, pain, overthinking, regret, self-doubt, guilt. Yeah. So guilt and regret are like, chuddy buddies. They go in hand. Okay, guilt and regret साथ साथ चलते हैं. काश तुम होते तो ऐसा होता. नहीं तो जाने कैसा कैसा होता. Okay, भाई लेकिन अब वही बात है. If I have done something, and when I believe in one idea that whatever I'm doing is not always done by me, I am being guided by my soul's purpose. Why on earth we have to go through that route of making mistakes, collecting the guilt, collecting the regret? क्योंकि हमारे soul को एक lesson चाहिए था. Okay, so why on earth now the next level? Okay, so the triangles I'm just defining here. Okay, so first, your first outer type, the triangle is about guilt and regret. It has 2 sides. One side, so in a triangle we have 3 sides. The sides which are on the each of facing each other, one is regret and the other one is guilt. Okay, and the bottom line is our experiences. The bottom line in the triangle is our experiences. Did you understand, all of you? Okay, so regret, guilt, and the bottom base is our experiences. Now, based on that, we have to go deeper in our subconscious. Okay, so subconsciously, when we go for deeper understanding, the reason why we collect guilt and regret through our experiences for our soul lessons. That is the second triangle. Inward. We are going inward. We are going towards self through this exercise. Okay, we are going towards soul connection. Okay, it is also a part of your self regression. Okay, so if you're thinking कि हाँ हमें past life में क्या किया था, this is also one of the easiest way you can go through. Okay, so this is about soul regression. You go within. Now the soul lessons. Now why on earth the soul lessons has to be unpleasing? Like this. Why on earth the soul lessons has to be unpleasing? Can you tell me? Anybody? Why can't it be just happy-go-lucky? Always fancy. Always with like, Why can't it be just selfie-like, smiley? Any idea? क्यों हमें दुख से ही गुजरना है soul lesson लेने के लिए? Why it has to be so tough? Okay, unless we don't feel the pain, we may not understand the value and importance. ये तो हमारे माँ बाप ने हमें सिखाया है. But ऐसा क्यों है? पुदीन हरा. How many of you remember? The most brittle taste you can have, right? The lessons have to be learned. Fair enough. आग का दरिया डूब के जाना है. Of course. But why? The question is why. I'm not about how and what here. I'm asking why the lessons have to go in a tough way. Any idea? Come on. Come on, come on. You all know it. Okay, past life के same पिछले जन्म में हम सब ने बहुत किसी को मारा पीटा है कूटा है like that. Okay, it's karmic. But why karmic? कार्मिक कह के ऐसे थोड़ी हम अपने आप को हमेशा झेलवाते रहेंगे. To know the life's purpose. Okay, it is a deep realization to come which involves self-reflection. Maybe. Okay. I like that maybe in the end. We are choosing it. Okay, but why we are choosing it? Why do we choose that? Of course we choose it. So it's not a maybe. But why do we choose the hard way? अभी तो मैंने बोला कि नहीं हमें ब्रिज से जाना है, तो हमने hard way क्यों choose किया? Karmic lessons अच्छे वाले क्यों नहीं choose किए? Why are we like this? Okay. To appreciate what we have, which is precious. To feel happiness. Okay. To feel happiness, one has to go through pain as it is a cycle. Okay. Rati, you are quite there. I was expecting good answers from at least my community students. Nilima, you should know it. I just answered you recently when you asked me scale of consciousness. Chamka, bulb on moment. Yeah, so all of you, I need you, you know. The whole session is about consciousness and subconsciousness. So Dr. Stephen Hawkins, I have done my quite a deep work. My PhD from IIT Bombay was about scale of consciousness. So Dr. Stephen Hawkins scale of consciousness you can refer to. Okay, and in that scale of consciousness, you will see a pyramid. Okay, now in order to go up to the ladder of enjoying the peace and the happiness and the joy, we have to have the why part is practice detachment. बड़े बड़े bold letter में लिखो अपने notebook में. Practice detachment from your fear. Practice detachment from your anger. Practice detachment from your any kind of low energy emotion. You have to practice detachment from it. Okay. Now the detachment is not कि अब तुमको कभी गुस्सा आना ही नहीं चाहिए. Detachment का मतलब ये नहीं है. तब तो फिर हम बोलते हैं ना संत बन जाएंगे. संतों को भी गुस्सा आता है. And it is fair. Okay. Practicing detachment from fear means that now you just become an observer. So this is how I look. This is how I behave. This is how I sound when I am angry. So it is detachment is more of observation and a revelation at the same time of who you become, what you experience, what kind of experiences you give to yourself. It's not about others. वो तो secondary है. Primary is all about us. So the more you observe yourself, that's how you start detaching, and gradually you will see your anger is also becoming quite chic, quite polished. You know, even like, अरे वाह, अच्छा style था anger करने का. That's how you will evolve. Are you guys with me? Type yes if you are able to be with me. Are you guys able to follow me? क्या सब ऐसा बाउंसर तो नहीं गया? See, once an IIT and always an IIT. थोड़ा सा मैं बाउंसर दे सकती हूँ. Yeah. So towards the end, I just want to conclude. Thank you so much. Thank you, Shanmati. Thank you, Sheetal, Nilima, Rashmi, Tejas. Okay. The scale of consciousness is where we have to keep on working around. Now, these images, okay, these images that we see here, these was just the basic drawings that we have done to give you clarity. Which was the first image we drew? Which was it? Very quickly. We started with the cross and the bigger one. Okay, so I'm just revising the whole thing. Either you are a protector or you are an obstacle, complete obstacle. So which are those areas of your life? Think again, be honest to yourself. Okay, where you are becoming protector, you're guarding it. Okay, you are checking first, kuch bhi karne se pehle, which is fine. The moment you jump into over-analyzing, overthinking, okay, over-anticipating, you become an obstacle. But till the time you are in a guarding position, which is your self-responsibility, it is your duty, okay, you are doing absolutely fine. Are we good on this? Give me a thumbs up. This part is clear. This particular drawing, sketching is clear. Okay. Then we had those zigzag signs and the devil picture. Correct? What was exactly? It was your ego, which is constantly distracting you and disturbing your aura. फिर आप कितना भी aura cleansing करो, chakra alignment करो, कुछ फायदा नहीं. Till the time that devil is not taken care, and how to take care of that particular devilish ego, उसको कहाँ पे लेके जाएंगे? सैर कराने. Over the bridge, not through the waves, by asking for help, by seeking prayers, by receiving. So, just aligning and opening your heart chakra and stabilizing your solar plexus. Opening the heart chakra. Remember these two words, very important. Okay, opening more and more and more layers. Heart chakra is already open, but by opening, I mean to say just activating it. Okay, activating your heart chakra and stabilizing your solar plexus, because solar plexus will always remain activated. अगर solar plexus activated नहीं रहेगा, हम खड़े भी नहीं होंगे चेयर से ऊपर. Solar plexus keeps us running. It's like an engine for us. Very special and dear chakra for us. It has to be calmed down. Got it? Okay. And then the last part was the windmill, the triangles that we saw, the regret and the guilt, and the experiences, how to go inward, why to go inward, for the understanding the soul lessons. What are the soul lessons about? Those are majorly for realizing and filtering what are those areas and emotions to detach with, which is always staying in your pattern, your personality type. MBIT का कोई भी personality type उठा लो, okay? Any kind of personality type. If that emotion is present, you have to take care of it. Okay. Now the last part, the 3 feathers which we have. इसको भी skip नहीं करेंगे. That is all about movement. So in your life, right from today's session of Soul Sketch till the last sketch that we will keep on drawing, and I'm sure I'm going to see all of you there. Okay. You will be moving forward, and then there is no looking back because you'll be generating a lot of flowy energy about yourself. Are we good? That's the key message you give to yourself. Okay? That's the key message. You keep flowing forward. You keep generating energy for yourself. Any questions? Any doubts? How was it, Avina, for you?
Thank you. Wonderful session, Anamika. I think I also want to tell everyone about your upcoming session that's happening on the 16th of Feb. If you want to maybe tell them more about, what the session is going to be about, that would be wonderful.
Yes, exactly. So see, money and relationship, the karmic debt that we carry around money and relationship is something which always keeps coming back to us. Unfortunately, it also haunts us that why not me? When will it come to me? When the things I can say that, yes, now I'm stable, I'm quite out there. Okay. Now, these 2 factors are something which I really want to help you all from the bottom of your own soul's root causes. Okay. So, if you're looking at anything around, because I have done all this, I have taught all this over the years, and I have, culminated all my learnings, my takeaways, and my giveaways. Okay. Everything about chakra healing, Reiki, pranic healing, anything and everything to do with your subconscious, conscious mind, anything and everything to do with your past life, current life, anything and everything to do with your trauma healing, inner child healing, shadow work, anything and everything to do with your emotional freedom technique, NLP, time technique, all those, CBT exercises, cognitive science exercises, वो सबका summary, or you can say the best nectar I have got into this particular session, which we are doing on 16th of February at 7 p.m. Okay, I hope I made it very easy and clear.
Yes, you did. Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Great. So Devang has a question, how to get rid of our ego. The question is little, that needs to be tweaked again. You cannot get rid of your ego because it's the ego which is letting you stay sane in this insane world. All you have to do is master your ego and treat it like a very, sometimes tough child and sometimes oh so sweet. So that training I'll give you, don't worry. We'll cover it in Soul Sketch. Thank you, Sakshi. Thank you, Abhinav. Thank you, Rati. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Tejas, Nilima, Rashmi. Once again, a very happy sketching. Keep coming back. Keep joining us. The link is being shared. And I'll see you on the other side on 16th of February. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Anamika. Thank you all who joined us live for this session. It was wonderful having you all. The session that is happening on the 16th of Feb, it's happening at 7 p.m. The link is put into the chat box. Do check it out. It would be wonderful to have you all there as well. Thank you. Thank you once again.
Thank you, guys. Bye-bye. Good night. Thank you, Sakshi.